Okay. Okay. Should be good. The music in this game is fantastic, by the way. I'll let you listen to it in just a second. Like, listen to this overture that plays. It's really good. And I think this game sold very poorly, which is the issue. Now, the good thing is that I can actually tab out of the game and it won't immediately crash, which is cool because we couldn't do that for the last one. But I did get a game script, but it's completely unformatted text. And I'm not sure how to capture that. I don't think it sold that well, actually. Is it overstated? I've heard that it didn't sell that well, but I don't actually know. I'm just repeating what I heard online mindlessly. So yeah, I do have the full script in raw plain text. So I don't know what we're going to do with that for right now, but I'm just leaving it here. Is the full script public? Yes. I will link it. I mean, you can join the Discord. I posted it in our Discord, but here is the script. If YouTube will let me post links. So you guys can't post links, but maybe it'll let me do it. I was just searching around and I found the script there, but it is literally just plain text. I don't know if that site maybe has it formatted somewhere else, but it is one singular plain text document. It's kind of ridiculous. Here, listen to this fantastic soundtrack while I send Dak a Discord invite. In fact, I'll just put one in chat for right now. It'll be fine. Listen to this music, it's amazing. Edit invite link. You got 1 hour. Yeah, that's what I'm, Gorgod, that's what I'm planning to do. Yeah, Sniper Girl is absolutely best girl. 100%. There you go, boys. The game's story is actually really good. And the gameplay is much improved. Much improved from PC1. Yeah, the ending is a little controversial. It's very Japanese in that it's bittersweet. Tab back onto it. Let's see. Okay, so it doesn't appear that this text file has anything but the actual spoken dialogue. It doesn't look like it has any of the extraneous text, which is not very good. So it's not complete. I do like the gunshot sound effects though. So the way that they characterize Raz is somewhat interesting. He does call himself Muteki na Raz, right? So like Raz the Invincible, something like that. I don't like Infreak-Invincible. I'll have to look into it. And I don't like Locked and Loaded, but the way that Raz speaks is like the Itsudemo Ize, which is like kind of it's casual, but it's not exactly the same as this. Yeah, it's not the biggest deal, but there's really no reason to change that. It's very odd that a lot of times they do that in order to set up down the line other changes, right? So they start the characterization off, and then I don't know what I would call it, but maybe I should like coin the term like localization drift or characterization drift, where these little changes add up and then they have to move back. Yeah, it's a snowball effect. And then later, to make it work with that stuff they've already done, then they end up making changes. I'm not gonna move up to the sandbags. I'm just going to do this. Choroize. Raz is based. I love Raz. And they continue to not translate these lines for some reason. He's just like, that was easy. Or like, too easy. This is basically fine. Can't break through. Yeah, I mean, it's basically fine. She didn't really say why not. She said, weren't you just saying you were invincible? Also, Kai is based. Easily best girl. So this is not really right at all. Hold on. This doesn't appear to be in the script, actually. Wait, let me see if I can control F this, because maybe the script is not very good. Yeah, I don't think this script is any good. This appears to be incomplete in the extreme. Or at least not formatted very well. But she didn't really say, like, common foot soldiers. That's the thing. It was not quite that kind of nuance. Yeah, it doesn't appear that the script is any good, so... Whoops. Oh, it's at the very bottom? That's odd. So maybe it's like completely formatted wrong. Interesting. Yeah, so a lot of this is in here, but it seems to be a little bit weirdly formatted, but thank you, Doc. That does help. It's in order from here on out. Interesting. Let me see. I'll have to just go over and then Control F that so I can get to that spot. Oh, interesting. I'm Control F-ing that and it's not... Okay. So why... That's... The formatting on this is very odd. This is actually fine. Busting out the tanks, huh? So the question here that we really kind of have to tackle is, how closely do we want to stick to the stated time period? Because I don't think somebody in this time period would say busting out the tanks. But by the same token, he is speaking really casually. So I would almost go with bringing out the tanks rather than busting out the tanks, because busting is a little bit of a... It's almost too modern, but it's not horrifically wrong. Whoa, okay, hold on. Anybody else want to try? I don't like anyone else want to try. Don't take shit from nobody. Yeah, this is not good. This is more just like, these guys aren't a match for us at all. Not don't take shit from nobody. Yeah. Yeah, it's they left that out completely. Yeah, that's so weird. Hold on. Let me just double check. Yeah. Sorry, I have to double check some stuff just because yeah, they're saying it's the Seibutai. I always forget Sei, but yeah, Seibutai is like, we're like the number one squad in the alliance. And so if you leave that out, you've kind of missed the point of this line completely. Because it's Renpo, and Renpo is the Federation. So if you're played Valkyria Chronicles 1 and you didn't play 2 or 3, which many people didn't, you're used to playing as what's her face, the Galleon troops. But he's saying Renpo Ichi no Seibutai. And so now you know that you're not with Gallia, you're with the Federation. So you're playing for a different faction. So this should not be like anyone else want to try. This is like, you know, we're the number one force in the Federation, like the elite squad in the Federation. You know, you guys ain't a match for us at all.
このご時世、うぶな田舎娘でも花畑程度じゃ泣かねえぜ。
This is... what the fuck? This is not right at all. I don't understand why they went with this. Like, okay, that's a lie. I understand why they went with this, but it's not good. Like, this doesn't actually... this is not something he would say at all. The idea here is, you know, ubu na nakamusume demo hanabatake teido ja nakaneze. Yeah, this line didn't age well, that's for fucking sure. But this is like... man, even a country girl ain't gonna cry over some flowers, dude. It's just like even a country girl isn't gonna cry over something like this. Yeah, I don't understand why this is too much. It's too far in terms of pushing it. Yeah, no, this is not right at all. This is so weird. Like, they capitalized power of the heart, which makes it sound like it's some kind of thing that he's heard before, you know, like a line that he said before. But he just said, you know, it's whatever, I get it, man, just like leave the lectures for later. And that sounds like that's a good line in English, like leave the lectures for later, I don't need this. But it's that there's no power of the heart thing here. This almost feels to me like they're trying to make like a anime kind of reference, but it doesn't work. He doesn't say sloshed. Like, drinking doesn't imply drinking to get drunk. Yeah, the tone is being messed with. Like, Roz is getting kind of... yeah, we've got a cat. What are you doing? He did say, like, we can't go drink if you take forever doing this. What? Come here then. Jump up. Yeah, your baby. Let's see. No money. Yeah, he's just saying go put in the report. We can't, you know, we can't go drink if you're sticking around here. See, because see how this messes with the line? Because if he said we can't get sloshed, why is he screaming at me? Because I'm not giving him attention immediately at this moment. And if I'm not giving him attention, something must be wrong. But do you see the issue here? Because they said we can't, they had him say you can't get sloshed. Now Claude is saying, oh, that's a good point, we can't get sloshed, right? When really all Raz was saying is like, we can't go, you know, have a drink. Well, hop up then. He will sit here and like paw at my arm, but won't actually hop up. He's such a baby. Oh, this line doesn't even make any sense. They kind of messed this up entirely. He doesn't like send us tougher imps to fight. Also, the use of imps is just like we're still doing this. Yeah, like I hate it. Also, we have the lad on my lap now. being a baby. You're such a baby. Yeah. Yeah. He's not saying send us tougher imps to fight. He said tell them that we want to fight tougher enemies. Like we want more difficult, assignments. Like there's no way that the brass sends them, like the enemies. That doesn't make sense. He's saying they want a more difficult assignment.
帝国との開戦から3ヶ月。我らが連邦は帝国の圧倒的な軍事力の前に敗退を重ねている。
Wow, this is really bad. I won't sugarcoat it, but this is wrong. This is not good. This is not good. Like 3 months have passed since we went to war. Number one, that's awkward. It's not, and I wouldn't say it's millennial ass dialogue, but it's also like tone shifted. It's weird because it's 帝国との戦what is it? 積戦から3ヶ月。我らが連邦は yeah, it's how do I explain this? The way that she is speaking is very militaristic. It's an appropriate tone for a military report, right? So when you say something like the facts are right here. 3 months have passed since we went to war is correct, but it's not phrased correctly. This should be like in the 3 months since operations against or since we began experiencing attacks or something like that, operations against the Imperials have started. It's too informal for this. It's kaisen, like, outbreak of war. It's not went to war, it's like outbreak. And then we have been experiencing repeated defeats, right? It's not, I won't sugarcoat it, they're steamrolling us. She's giving like very flat affect explanations of what's happening. So we have been in the 3 months since the outbreak against the Imperial Army, we have been experiencing a series of repeated defeats due to overwhelming firepower, like overwhelming discrepancies in firepower, something like that. It's not, I won't sugarcoat it, they're steamrolling us. Like, you would never. Yeah, something like that, Doc. I agree. In the 3 months since the war broke out, we've been routed several times by the overwhelming military strength of the Empire. That's good. Yeah. Something like that. Not, I won't sugarcoat it.
やがては帝国がこの大陸全土を手中に収め、独裁と圧政がまかり通る世界となるだろう。
Hold on. 独裁? Hold on. I don't think they're fascist, are they? That's unless I'm mistaking the word for fascist. この実に敗北する。それは奴らやがて帝国が大陸でなんか。I'm not, unless I'm mistaking the nuance here. I don't think that's. I mean, it's a dictatorship, but it's not necessarily fascist. There's this. It's a little awkward. They could have said dictatorship because they're an imperial setup. It's not the same. But see, it's there's a nuance to the word, to the term fascist, right? It does have a meaning because it's a mixture of state power and, you know, like China. China is quite fascist. Because, you know, you can't run a company without especially having, like, the state. That guy doesn't look like me, don't say that. My hairline's not that bad yet. Yet. But we've seen in the first game that the Imperials are imperial. Like, there's a royal family. So that's not really fascist. It would be falls under dictatorial, like, power or dictatorial rule. I don't like the use of fascist here.
物資兵力に余裕がある今のうちに一気に敵本拠点へと攻め入り陥落させる。
Yeah. Final push to capture Honkyoten. Yeah, one crucial enemy base. This is
我々
mostly fine.
第32機構レンジャー大隊はその先兵を務めることとなった。
They're so obsessed with this. I don't like this at all. We lucky few of the 32nd Armored Ranger Battalion. He didn't say we lucky few. They're trying to add like military flavor that they kind of understand to give this guy kind of like a personality, but he's not speaking like this.
まさか
Yeah, masaka. You
察
don't
しが
mean.
いいなクロード。そう、そのまさかだ。
No, not clever boy. Sashigai is like she's praising his ability to, you know, think things through. Yeah, Honkyoten is not just any base. Yeah, it is headquarters. Or yeah, I mean headquarters is kind of the best you got for that. It's not this should be like, that's right, Claude, exactly. I knew you'd figure it out.
作戦目標は帝国首都シュバルツグラード。作戦名は
Not let's fight back, that wasn't there.
クロス作戦
There was no line, that was just
西
invented.
暦1935年ヨーロッパ大陸は東西2つの大国によって分断されていた。すなわち皇帝を頂点とした専制君主国家東ヨーロッパ帝国連合、通称帝国と王政を排した共和国国家の連合体、大西洋連邦機構、通称連邦である。鉱物資源ラグナイトをめぐって対立を深めた両国はついに開戦。大陸は戦火に包まれる。帝国はその圧倒的な軍事力で周辺国を次々に侵攻占領。対する連邦は同盟国間の足並みが揃わず劣勢を強いられていた。開戦から3ヶ月、ヨーロッパの7割を支配下に収めた帝国に対し連邦は一大反攻作戦を開始する。ノーザンクロス作戦。
The phrasing here is a
動員
little
兵
off.
力600万人、第二次ヨーロッパ大戦最大の犠牲者を出したこの戦いは、連邦では東部戦線、帝国では大祖国戦争と後に呼称されることとなる。
I wish I could pause.
我々はここにノーザンクロス作戦を発動した。今こそ帝国を打倒し、このヨーロッパから腐り切った圧政者どもを一掃するのだ。
それぞれの正義のために命を散らしたおびただしい数の兵士たち。そのほとんどが明日を信じ、明日を夢見たどこにでもいる若者たちであった。
Oh, this is weird.
これは連邦軍ガリア人部隊イー小隊隊長としてノーザンクロス作戦を戦ったクロード・ウォレスの手記に基づく
There was a lot
若者
off
たちの
there.
戦いの記録である。
I wish I could pause and I had like the full text of that because a lot of that was just tonally very weird. Like, the tone of a lot of that was off. There was a lot of things that were added, like the sun rises and things like that, where it was really just like written like a historical log. So, yeah, there's too much at once. Like, the best way that I can explain a lot of the historical stuff or a lot of the those kind of cutscenes is whatever they've written is a little less serious than how it was actually written. There was a lot of nuance that was in there that isn't in the English. Like, yeah, I would have to listen to it again. Maybe I'll go back and like record it or listen to the recording and then post like a retranslation of it. Yeah, so maybe I'll go through the VOD after this and just listen to a recording of it and then post a line by line, because it's a little off for sure. It's about the same so far. I would say it's about the same as VC1. Not the greatest.
3月10日、僕たちは帝国領内を進撃していた。
Yeah, there wasn't
帝
long
国の
last.
今日つく形で猛反撃に出た連邦軍はまさに破竹の勢いで大勝利を重ね、戦線を一気に押し上げている。連邦勢力圏の東端から帝国首都シュバルツグラードまで実に1500キロ。程度を落とし戦争を終わらせる。
No,
途方もない道のりながらみんなの士気は高かった。誰もが作戦の成功を心から願い信じているのだ。
No, they're praying it'll succeed and believe it will.
ありませんね。ちょっと叩いただけで尻尾巻いて逃げていくんですから。
お前は何かっていうとそれだな。おい、ちょっと貸してみろ。
ラズさん。やめてください。フィルムがもったいない。
何言ってやがる。未来の英雄様の写真だぜ。
いや。
カイ、お前も何か撮れよ。
そうだな。
Maybe I should.
いい写真が撮れた。
No, not that's keeper. I took that's a good one.
てめえどんな操縦して。
僕が止めさせたんだ。
なんでまた。
風がおかしい。
No, this wind is weird. Something's wrong. Yeah. So there's a lot of things going on in these lines. Hold on. Let me see if I can grab that and just copy paste, or not copy paste, Control F to find. 信じてるものだって。全然大したことありませんね。いや、ちょっと叩いて。でも尻尾巻いて。Yeah, I mean a lot of it was mostly fine. It's just like the nuance is slightly off. They go so fast, I wish I could pause.
今の砲撃、なんて威力だ。
No, see, here's how it always happens. Listen to the music. Look at the line in English. Look at her face. But like look at her face. We found 4 and 1. But it's not that they brought out the big guns. This is like 今の砲撃なんて威力だ. Like that was some insane firepower, or you know, what even was that?
フラッシュ。
サンダー。
I do like that they use this. This is a real thing.
合言葉は合ってる。な、味方かよ。びっくりさせんじゃねえ。
This is wrong. I don't get it. This undermines the whole point of the scene. This is implying that they did the password incorrectly. But that couldn't possibly have been the case because they just said flash thunder. Like they've just kind of messed this up for no reason. They're making him sound incompetent, but he's not. He said they got the password right. You're like an ally, like you scared the shit out of me, you know. I mean, yeah, like you scared the shit out of me is fine, but the idea that he said next time give us the response before you scare us shitless, how would that be possible? That's the whole point of using passwords, is you stay hidden and you say flash and then they say thunder to give you the password. Like it's not possible any other way. Yeah, the next time is completely made up.
失礼。驚かせるつもりはありませんでした。ウィクトル中尉がお待ちです。行きましょう。
I think they're trying to link it back to make this line make sense, because she says it wasn't my intention to startle you. But this is just a thing where they've misunderstood. She's being polite to Raz, who was being rude for no reason, and she's just smoothing it over as if she actually did something wrong when she didn't, right? So she's just saying, my apologies, I didn't mean to frighten you, even though obviously that's what would happen.
あの強く美しいミネルヴァ隊長の信任を得て、栄えある F 小隊の代表として。
Yeah, so we're doing this now. Take note, lads. I'm not sure. I can't remember if she's implied to be to have like an actual thing for Minerva, or if she's just considers her like a good friend. But they have erased a line here. They've erased part of this praise and changed it to something else. But okay, I'm not gonna make the claim that she is or isn't like a lesbian or not, because if she is, I don't care, and it would be fine, right? But she should be characterized correctly if that's the case. However, 強くて美しい Minerva. So they say 強くて美しい, but this says strongest and smartest, but she said like strong and beautiful, not smartest, but beautiful, right? So why are we doing that? Are we not allowed to praise people's how people look? That's just not allowed at all anymore? So let's imagine for a minute that she is intended to be a lesbian character. You're now going to write her incorrectly to undercut. This would be like, this is some shit that could go either way. I could see like the Reddit types being like, oh, you can't have a woman calling her beautiful, what, are you afraid that she's a lesbian, right? But they could also be like, no, it's fine, you shouldn't be praising people on their exterior experience, and all of that would be solved. You would have no controversy. You could let people interpret it however they want if you would just translate it correctly. If it's translated correctly, then you don't have to make these kind of questions about like, what were the translators thinking? Were they inserting their politics into it or not? Just translate it correctly. You won't have these issues.
約11ミリ榴弾砲。目下進軍を阻む最大の敵と言える存在です。
I don't like this. Also, howitzer is a bit of a 榴弾砲. I don't think you can call that a howitzer just because you want to, right? Is it correct? Oh, Ryudanho is legitimately just howitzer? Oh, okay. I'm wrong. Yeah, let me double check it on my dictionary, but huh. So it is. That's interesting. I always assumed that howitzer was one of those things that's like a huh. Well, there you go. I can be wrong. Of course I can be wrong. Oh shit. But yeah. Huh. I always assumed that howitzer was one of those things that was like a, you know, like Kalashnikov, right? Where it's like a specific make and model. But apparently it's a type. So I learned something today. Like, dude on hold to me doesn't sound like howitzer, but, huh, there you go. So they got that right. Cool. Good. I don't think currently our worst nightmare is good though. It's not bad, but it's a little awkward. It's what you could call our most because it's currently what is most impeding our progress. That, you know, it's our worst enemy out here for impeding the advance. They left out the impeding the advance part.
クロス作戦の肝は進軍の速度だ。行動はすべて迅速に行うように。
Time. Yeah, this is mostly fine.
わかった。
No, this isn't I know, this is understood. He's not saying I know. That would be bad. If he said I know, he should be saying understood.
でもあんたの隊だって敵のどでかい訪問が邪魔で急ぎたくても急げねえんじゃねえのか?
Whoa, what the fuck? Hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. I have to go to the script so much for his lines here. They're... Why are you yelling at me? Stop. What? That's like not right at all. Yeah, this is really weird. 急ぎたくても急げねえじゃねえのか。でもあんたの舞台だって敵のどでかい訪問が邪魔で急ぎたくても急げねえじゃねえのか。There's no you tried and failed here. And it's not you try hustling with a huge cannon up your ass. This is like, look, this is more like, look, if your squad was dealing with some giant ass cannon, you wouldn't be able to move fast even if you wanted to. Like, he's trying to be rude, but this is like rewriting. And yes, this is the third time you have jumped up onto my lap, buddy. What? Yeah, you're meowing. What? What? Hi. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. This isn't like, oh wait, you tried and failed, because that would be very, very weird. This is just like, look, if your squad had some giant ass cannon bearing down on you, you wouldn't be able to, you know, haul ass even if you wanted to. Yeah, it's tone. It's all tone.
例を書く物言いだな。クロード、お前は隊員のしつけもできていないのか?
What the fuck? Bro, what is this? Down boy? Fuck off. What? Are you insane? This isn't... What? Like, what? She's saying, like, don't you have any manners? Like, know your place is what she's saying. This is just garbage. This is just actual garbage. Like, she's saying, 例を書く物言いだな, which is like, how dare you speak to me that way? Like, that's a rude way to address your superior officer, or, like, know your place. Or, like, you address a superior officer like that? Like, Claude, haven't you trained your squad at all? Like, shitsuke is like, train, right? This is so bad. Shitsuke is like, haven't you trained your squad? Like...
系だ?
What do you mean? Yeah, this should be like, what do you mean trained?
隊員は犬猫じゃない。しつけるなんて言わないでくれ。
Yeah, like that's where this is coming from, but they're forcing it onto her because she's using it to mean like trained soldiers, but they're taking it as like trained animals. I get what they're saying. And it's not pets, they're people. That's not what he's saying. 隊員は犬猫じゃない. This is just it's so there's so much wrong here. しつけるなんて言わないでくれ. Yeah, so he's not. Yeah, the idea is here, but it's just completely wrong. What he's saying is like my soldiers aren't animals, so don't tell me to like train them. Yeah, so there's the biggest issue is Minerva saying like down boy, which is they're just trying to force the metaphor too far. That's not what it is. It's she's saying train, he's taking that as a grave insult because shitsuke is like literally like train an animal. And so he's saying, what do you mean? What the hell do you mean train? Like the difference is like discipline versus training, and it's like it's just not. It's not good. It's not right.
言われつとも分かっている。その男があまりに無礼ゆえ忠告しただけだ。
Again, this is not right. What is this? Like I have to keep going to the text because it just doesn't match up. Yeah, this is just that. This isn't then I expect them to act like it. This is that man or like was overly rude, right? Yeah, break in would have been good. Yeah, actually, break in would be good, Gorgat. That's actually a very good localization of that. I like that a lot, actually. I didn't think of it, but that's very good. It's like, haven't you broken in your soldiers? House breaking is not correct because that's a specific type of training. I think house training is a specific kind of training, but broken in would be good.
で、こっちの砲兵隊はどのくらいいるんだ?
Hold on. I think they just mistranslated this. Unless I just heard that wrong. Yeah, I think they just translated this wrong. Yeah, this is just wrong. This isn't when does our cannon get here, is how many cannons do we have? Like, yeah, I had to double check because I get paranoid when you'll notice this a lot in my streams, like when we're sitting here and there's something that's like obviously sticks out as wrong, I'm much more hesitant to be like, wait, this is just absolutely incorrect, because I have to double check and triple check before I'm willing to make a statement like that. So I'm always doubting my own interpretation before I make a definitive statement, but this is just wrong. It's not when does our cannon get here, it's how many cannons do we have. Yeah, artillery squads. I mean, it's kind of fine. I'm not gonna nitpick that because it's kochi no hohei butai. What is it? Hoheitai. Yeah, like kochi no hoheitai. It's casually referring to like the cannoneers or cannon squad or artillery squad as like when do our cannons get here? That's fine by me, especially when he's like speaking pretty casually, like kochi no hoheitai wa dono gurai iru n da. Like, so how many cannons? Okay, so how many cannons do we have? Or, you know, like how many artillery squads do we have? Something like that. Well, yeah, singular, our own cannon, correct. In that sense, that is also wrong. It's not our own singular cannon. So, correct, yeah.
連邦の砲兵隊は 榴弾砲にやられて壊滅した。射程が違いすぎる。狙い撃ちだ。
Interesting. Yeah, it. That's so weird. Why is it it? Them. It should be them. This is Thai. It's yeah, this is yeah, so that howitzer already destroyed it. They were outranged. This is just all over the place now. But it's Thai. It's Thai is like a squad. It's like a group, a regiment, company, that kind of thing. So, you know, their howitzer they were already like destroyed by their howitzer. You know, so they were outranged. They were sitting ducks. Like Nirayuchi da. Like this is like they were sitting ducks and totally outranged. Like Nirayuchi is like to like they were shot down, but it's almost like, you know, they were outranged and sitting ducks is how I would do it. Yeah, it's like Hoheitai is not. It's not an object. It's a squad. It's like a group of people.
壊滅？おいおい、次の砲兵隊はいつ来るんだよ。
Yeah, this is so weird. I don't think I noticed this on my first playthrough, but yeah, this is very weird. It's not blown up already. It's like, what do you mean destroyed? Like, what do you mean killed almost? Like, when will the next squad get here?
橋を破壊され、牽引車両が進めなくなっています。到着までは早くともあと7日はかかりますね。
Yeah. At least they got 7 days, right?
後続部隊の到着を待っている時間はない。
It's not. I don't know. They kind of like. This is weird. They just kind of like left this out. Yeah, it is a little different. I do know that there's like support vehicles and military stuff. Yeah, this is like we can't afford to wait around for reinforcements. I don't know why they left this out. 後続部隊の到着を待っている時間はない. It's like it's as Claude said, we can't afford to wait around for reinforcements. I don't know why they left out like we can't afford to wait and left out the reinforcements part.
砲撃支援抜きであの要塞を攻略する。
And see now they're saying artillery. So that's so weird. It's like all over the place. 砲撃支援, like artillery support. Right? This is so odd. Yeah, artillery support. Like we can't. Yeah, it's artillery support. 砲撃支援. We'll have to take the fort without artillery support. Yeah.
無茶だ。一歩踏み込めば機銃掃射で蜂の巣だぞ。
Oh my fucking god. Why do we do this? Why must we do this? 蜂の巣だぞ. I get it. Like, I get it. But this isn't... This isn't... This is not a good... This is not a good... This isn't a good way to do this. Right, this is... 機銃掃射で蜂の巣だぞ. It sucks. This is... Yeah, this just sucks. It's not... And it's not that's too reckless. It's like... It's like, it's impossible almost. Muchada is like, it's reckless. But it's not the same. And it's not fill us with more holes than Gallian cheese. It's like, it sounds weird. Hachi no su dazo. This is like, I would need time to think of an appropriate localization change for this. But this is exactly when you need localization, because she's not making a joke, right? You could even go like literal and say, you know, it's a hornet's nest. Like with all those guns in place, like you take one step forward and you'll be in a hornet's nest. That would actually still work. You don't necessarily need to preserve the holes analogy here. And also like the Gallian cheese thing. That's something I really, really hate, is when they do like, and this is going to sound insane, right? I understand like it will be full of holes, but that doesn't necessarily mean this might be a point where we differ, Doc, but I understand that it means full of holes, but it doesn't necessarily, but the implication is that you will die, right? So you need a good metaphor that speaks to the seriousness of the matter, that implies you will die via gunfire, right? So I don't necessarily mean... Oh, okay, so you would have changed it completely as well. I understand that it means full of holes, but I don't necessarily think that it has to be full of holes in the... Yo, I understand it doesn't mean hornet's nest. I'm saying you could use it that way to preserve some amount of the original in the localization, right? I was just thinking of a way that you could preserve some amount of it. But to get really, 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 really picky, the Gallian cheese things bothers me a lot. And the reason for that is that we actually don't know at all if Gallia makes cheese. And you might think, oh, that's some minor thing, it doesn't matter. You know, who cares? But the localization team literally does not get to decide if Gallia makes cheese, right? So they're... Yeah, number one, not all cheese has holes. Number two, they don't get to decide if Gallian cheese is like that. Yeah, but I think it's so much worse because it's literally taking part of the setting in the story and saying, okay, we're just going to make this a thing. Like, you don't get to do that. Yeah, I would say, like, we take one step in there and we'll be riddled with bullets. Or, like, riddled with holes. I don't necessarily think... Because she's being deadly serious.
ああ、そうだ。俺たちが志願したのは帝国をぶっ潰すため。
Yeah.
自殺するためじゃねえぜ。
So these lines are fine. Like, we enlisted to crush the Empire, not kill ourselves.
では一つ教えてやろう。クリステル、今朝届いた情報を。
I don't like clue you in on something. Well, then I have some extra information for you.
帝国がガリア公国への侵攻を開始した件ですか?
Oh, this is weird. Yeah, this is weird. It's not yes, ma'am. This morning the Empire invaded Galaxies. Yeah, Kessa was omitted. Here is this morning, but she's asking a question. Are you referring to the news of the Empire invading Gallia?
ガリアに侵攻。
It's just weird. It's just wrong. 今朝届いた情報. Yeah, it's just completely off. So, give them the information or the news we got this morning. And are you referring to the news of the Empire invading Gallia? Yeah, not giving the report. She was asking a question, not giving the information. this morning's intel. Yeah, that's fine.
とうとう始まってしまったのか。
No, that's not right. I knew it was only a matter of time. Yeah, it's not that the Empire invaded this morning, it's that they got the news this morning. They've completely messed that up. Yeah. とうとう始まったのか。とうとう始まったのか。始まってしまったのか。Yeah. It's not only a matter of time, it's so they finally started. Right? So it's started or it's begun.
どこまで攻め込まれたんだ。ハーフェンは俺たちの故郷は無事なのか。
Wow, they really undercut his emotion here. Right? So this is really important. This is like really important. Because the initial expression is Hafen, right? So he's saying, what about Hafen? And then he, realizes or remembers. Are you sure it's a translation or subs from the English dub? Oh, I mean, there is no translation, but the dubs are the sub. But this one is really bothers me because the emotion here is really undercut. Because he says, right, Hafen wa oretachi no kokyo wa buji nanoka? Right? So the first thing he says is Hafen. Like, that's the first thing he thinks of is the name of the town. So you have to have that first. He remembers after he says Hafen wa, which is like, what about Hafen? And then he remembers himself. And then he says, oretachi no kokyo wa buji nanoka? Like, what about Hafen? Is our hometown safe? Like, that's important to communicate the how frazzled he is, right? Yeah, the emotional part is just left out completely. When that's the most important thing here. Okay.
出撃だ。何としても榴弾砲をダッシュしろ。
Wait. That's just... Now maybe this is why, because... Is that... That doesn't sound like it. They don't mean... They don't mean it like that, do they? They mean capture as in destroy. I think that's why they changed it. It must be. Because before they said Hakai, but now she's saying Dashu. That's interesting. Now they're saying Kakuho. Feels like we missed something.
予想はしていたが、やはり守りが固いな。どうするクロード?
Their defense is tough. Yeah, they did say destroy first, but now they're saying capture. That's kind of weird. I don't like tough nuts to crack here. You know what? You know what this could be, Doc? It could be in the mission briefing text. There might have been extra information there.
焦って突っ込めば総崩れになりかねない。いきなり門を落とすのは難しいだろう。確実に橋頭部を築いていこう。まずは橋の前の敵拠点を制圧するんだ。
その後は制圧してから考えるか。今はそれしかねえな。
よし、みんな行くぞ。いい正体出撃。
No, he didn't say weapons free. Bro, you can't just... Okay, you cannot just throw around military lingo like that. Weapons free does not mean let's do this mission. Weapons free means like shoot however you want. Yeah, it's not... You can't just say weapons free. Like, that's not true. not only did he not say that in Japanese, but you wouldn't say that. Dude, I get sightlines. They never explained this in VC1, by the way. Which is very funny. Oh, so he just said Hachi no su ni shite aru yo. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. Nice! You didn't hit it! You fool! Yeah, now they're saying kakuho suru. So they are definitely saying, like, capture it. So I think it definitely changed in the plans. I bet that was just not in the English, because it's very confusing. Yeah.
クロード、このままじゃまずい。みんな仲良く蜂の巣にされてしまうぞ。
Yeah, so see, like, they used mow us down here, but if they were going to be consistent, this should have been the Galleon cheese metaphor again. But they understood that that doesn't actually work. It's very weird. Cat, you gotta, come on. Buddy. Here. What are you doing? Here you go. Oh, stop complaining to me. No, but there's supposed to be some kind of something that you do here. Like there's like a hidden path or something like that. Damn, he's killing it. Yeah, the glowy thing at the back of the tank is a weak point, so you just don't show your ass to the enemy, basically.
どこもかしこも敵の射程内。くそ、どうすりゃいいんだよ。
Oh, here we go. That's right. Well, they actually, this one's fine. I completely forgot about Riley. She's pretty good. They do her dirty in, well, in the lore it's a Ragnite engine. They do Riley dirty in the translation, you'll see. But she did say it looks like you're in tight spot Cinderella.
Cinderellaだ? てめえこんな時に冗談のつもりか?
Yeah, the new class, they're busted as hell. This isn't Cinder what now? What do you mean Cinderella? This isn't the time for, this ain't no time for jokes.
城の舞踏会に行きたいんだけど、カボチャの馬車がなくて橋が渡れないんだ。
This is interesting because they're so close here. They're so very, very close here. Kabocha is pumpkin. It's basically a pumpkin. Yeah, there's a big mistake here. That's what I'm saying, is like it's quite close. They left, yeah, the bridge part, that's the thing. Hold on. Let me see if Kabocha brings me up to where we are. Yeah. So here's the thing. He's playing into it. I think that the tone is a little interesting here. Yeah. So it's like こんな時に冗談つもりか。白の舞台会に行きたいんだけど、かぼちゃの、馬車がなくて、橋が、yeah. 渡れないんだ。So it's like, I'd love to go to the ball at the castle, but I don't have a pumpkin carriage and I can't cross the bridge. I don't have a pumpkin carriage and I can't cross the bridge. He's like playing into it, right?
は？お前までどうしたクロード?
This is like you too? What's the big idea, Claude?
それじゃ魔法をかけてあげる.
Yeah, then again, yeah, the bridge part really matters because that's right? Like, that's the whole problem, is like we can't cross the bridge. Also, she doesn't say I'm no godmother, but I can work some magic. She says, well, then I guess I'll work some magic for you, or I'll cast a spell for you.
魔法か。本当にそんなものがあるならお願いしたいかな。
If there was such a thing, this would be the time when we need it. Hi, Patch.
これが211ミリ榴弾砲か。
Yeah, so 211ミリ榴弾砲か. That's weird. So why are they doing 21 centimeter when it should be 211 millimeter? Kind of weird.
無傷でダッシュできればベストでしたけど。
What? What? Huh? They just, yeah. That's so weird. This is not, or what's, they just changed this to a joke for some reason? Mukiza. Let's see if we can find Mukiza. Yeah, found it. Mukiza de dash dekireばbestだけど. This is like, if only we could have gotten it out of here undamaged.
投稿を選ばず広大もろとも自爆しやがるとはな。
What the why? What? That's so weird. They're just butchering these lines here. Like, what? It's like to think he would he'd blow himself up without choosing to surrender. Like, I never thought they would do that. This is not so much for surrendering. He's like shocked that somebody would. Oh, this is major spoilers. Sorry. Sorry. I don't intend to spoil the game, but this is actually really important. For anybody who's played this game, you might know why this line here could be considered quite important. And in fact, the more I think about this, the more I realize that that line at the beginning, yeah, could be quite important. Quite important. So I will try not to spoil the game, but just so you know, make a note of this scene, and then maybe like 5 or 6 streams from now we'll come back to it. 8, maybe even more. This game's pretty long, but this is quite important.
僕たちにこの榴弾砲を渡さないために、それだけのために彼は自ら死を選んだ。
What? This is so weird. They're so weird now. Like, this is so weird. Like, the translation up until this point had been kind of okay, but now they're just like really destroying it. This is just terrible. This isn't like denying us this scrap metal. No, this isn't what he's saying at all. Like, he said like, 僕たちにこの榴弾砲を渡さないために、それだけのために彼は自ら死を選んだ。Like he would rather choose death, he would choose death rather than hand over this the howitzer to us. He would do that. He would rather do that than hand it over. It's like just for that. Like he would rather choose his own death than hand over this howitzer to us. Only for something like that. Like the weight is gone. This is like a really emotional point. He's saying like, to think somebody could do that, to choose death rather than hand over a howitzer, just for something like that. That's insane that they changed this. No, it's not death before dishonor. It's not, unless I'm reading this wrong, I don't think that's death before dishonor. It's like, it's not quite the same. Kakugo, yeah. It's like prepared. He was prepared to die before. Yeah, it's like he was prepared. The determination to choose this. How would I phrase this? To think, it's like to think he was that prepared to die, right? The resolve to die. No, it's not before dishonor. It's how do I describe this? It's like shio muitowanu. It's like to not shy away from death, or to not it's like to not shy away from death. Like, I would almost call this like courage in the face of death. Something like that. Of certain death. Yeah, he went into it ready to die. No, it's not knows they might die, it's prepared. It's everyone is prepared, or understands they might die. No, it's not pull the trigger. If I was in their shoes, it's you're butchering the tone. I don't know if I could make that decision. Yeah, it's pull the trigger doesn't make sense at all here. Yeah, it's like 戦いで死ぬこと、それはみんな覚悟してます。でもいざという時、彼みたいな判断、死に方ができるんでしょうか? It's like everyone goes to war knowing that they could die, but if I was in that position to make that decision, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could die that way. Yeah, he's saying, I don't know if I could be brave in like the face of death and sacrifice myself like that. This is an insanely important scene for the whole game, actually. Like, this conversation right here, it matters a lot, and they're butchering it. This is one of the most important conversations in the early game, I would say.
僕たちは死ぬために戦ってるんじゃない。みんなで生きるために戦ってるんだ。
Yeah, we're not fighting to die, we're fighting so everyone can live.
あの砲撃手の死に敬意は払う。だけど
砲撃の死に敬意を払う。How would you describe this? It's yeah, they left out the artillery. It's not die for their country. It's he's talking about the cannon. Yeah. You see what I'm saying, Thomas? Like, if you're remembering, like, I'm trying not to spoil it because I know some people haven't played the game. Yeah, it's the guy, the artillery guy, not the cannon. That's weird. Yeah, he means a soldier. I got confused because I was looking for country or something like that, but it's not these men, it's like the soldier or soldiers. But, Thomas, you see where I'm going with this, right? For people who haven't played it, I'm trying not to spoil, but there's a lot of subtext here. Like, a lot.
分かってるさ。武器なんかよりも命が大事だってことはな。
Yeah, this is not right either. It's like lives are more important than weapons.
しかし、武器っていや。
Yeah, I was speaking of
あの増援部隊が持ってきた新兵器。
Yeah, so see how it kind of notice how the tone is changing here, and now they're kind of shying away from that topic, right? but this is an important tone shift because it's giving the characterization for these guys. They've just dealt with a very, very like bleak setting, and they're looking for anything. Like Roz is looking for anything to change the subject so they don't have to dwell on this. But if the tone was this bad throughout all of it, if the tone was the same, then this shift doesn't make sense. It's just a continuation. Also, this pack a wall of big things come in small packages is not here. Big things come in small packages, just fuck off. That's not here. But yeah, so it's like they were really like actually going through that traumatic event. They weren't making jokes, but now they are making jokes to kind of like avoid thinking about it anymore. It's really good. It's like that's well written. Like that is how people deal with this sort of thing. Yeah, this is how you do the tone shift. It's all over the place here. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work.
私はレイリー・ミラー技術少尉。専門はラグナイト工学だけど、軍では砲兵顧問なの。
Yeah.
支援砲撃中隊からの出向で、今回の共同作戦に参加したってわけ。
I was. This is past tense. It doesn't necessarily imply that she's going to be with you ongoing. It says was for this assault.
私の知識と技術は帝国軍を倒す力になるって約束する。
I can promise. This should be I can promise you.
みんなよろしくね。
I just look. I get it. Yoroshikune is hard. It's a catch-all phrase in Japanese. You use it for a million different things. But that doesn't mean you can just do this. Yeah, it's not necessarily firepower. It's more like a little different. But this is more egregious. It's not my knowledge is your power. Like, this is not minna yoroshikune. This is horseshit. Don't do this. It's wrong. Like, this should just be like, happy to be here. Like, glad to be part of the team, or like, I hope we can get along. Something like that. You know, it's supposed to be a throwaway line. It's glad to be on your side. Whatever. The point is it's not supposed to make you go, huh? She's not saying something interesting. She's not saying something special. So don't do this.
だけどさっきの采配なかなかだった。期待してる。
Now, yeah, this is not, my knowledge is your, like, she's not saying it. It's not her fucking catchphrase, dude. You don't get to just like, oh my god, like, don't do this. It's so rude. It's like actually offensive. Like, she doesn't have a catchphrase. Like, say the line, Bart. Yeah, no. It hasn't even been 30 seconds. And she's not even saying yoroshiku. She's saying kitai shiteru wa, which is like, she's like, oh, that was, oh, you're quite young for a commander, but, that was some good orders out there. I'm expecting great and ... Yeah. Now, this reaction should tell you a lot, because it's quite something. Was there a conclusion or a consensus I made in a focus video? No, I have not done that. But once we hit monetization for the channel, I'll go back and be able to do some like condensed videos, and then I'll probably do an overview video at the end, just talking about the biggest issues and stuff like that. This is so bad. This is so bad. Like, in terms of setting up this character arc and where this goes, this is horrific. Not only is it like laying the groundwork for why she did that, like, this is that all you have to say? She said, like, did you really think I would shake your hand? Like, that's what she's saying. Like, is that all you have to say is just completely wrong? Yeah, sorry, I should give before I freak out, I should give you the actual line before, because then everybody's left in the dark. But this is like, did you really think I would shake your hand?
よりにもよってこんな男が指揮する隊と組むだなんて。
Oh my, they're giving away. Not only is this too early for her to be saying this, it's not. The way that she talks here makes her come off as way worse than she actually is in the Japanese. There's a very good explanation for why she is the way that she is, and it's handled actually very well and very interestingly in the story. But like, yeah, she doesn't call him a coward. The rest is fine. But calling him a coward is like, you're giving shit away that shouldn't be given away yet. No, not screw that. Saite is like, you're the worst. Like, I can't believe it. Or you. Like, the other parts were okay. Yeah, the other parts were okay. This is the worst. Okay. So, to sum up the, my feelings on the yeah, I'll work if you hire me, basically. To sum up my feelings so far, there are points in this where the translation has been pretty okay, but then there's been major scenes where it just all falls apart, and it's very inconsistent. There are some places where it's just fine for a while, and then there'll be a whole section that feels like they just rewrote it just because. Particularly that ending scene about the guy in the tank blowing himself up. That was just completely wrong. So, compared to Valkyria Chronicles 1 so far, when it's okay, it's better. But it falls apart when it's actually important, like you said, Doc. Like, Valkyria Chronicles 1 was just, like, consistently low quality. Like, from the very beginning, like, I'm not his girlfriend, just his hero. We haven't had anything that has been consistently that bad, but when it falls apart on, like, the worst possible sections. So it's almost worse in that regard. The tone can be okay, but it falls apart when it really needs to not. So, yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna go through the whole game again, and we're gonna focus on a lot of the side missions, a lot of the side quests for the soldiers and all that. There's a lot of content there. I will try to find a better script, a more complete one, so we'll see what we can do about that. But yeah, and I'll also try and get set up for other stuff just to have more information for you guys going at the same time. Thank you very much to everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Doc, for your help as always. Very much appreciated. And yeah, I really like this game. The gameplay is fantastic. Thanks for the stream, and I will see you guys later.